Hey everybody, welcome back to the Caddick Little Book Corner. What has happened while I was away? Well, lots of books came in. So these are all books that I ordered before I left, books that I picked up before I left, books that I had bought in February that I forgot to haul. It's a lot of backlog and then things that showed up while I was away. So let's dive right in. First book is Women at Point Zero. This was a recommendation from Sophie from Portal on the Pages. I don't really know how to explain this other than reading the back. So begins Frida's story leading to grimy Cairo prison where she welcomes her death sentence as a relief to her pain. Born a peasant family, Febuary suffers a childhood of cruelty and neglect. Her family ignore her passion for education, and on leaving school, she is forced to marry a much older man. Following her escape from the violent relationship, she meets Shafara, a leader who is into a life of prostitution. Despite her end alone, desperate and alone, she takes drastic action. I think this is going to be a lot of heartfelt, a lot of intensity, and a lot of feels. It's going to be intense. Ella Enchanted, I don't think this really needs any information. It was 50 cents. I needed this in my life back on my shelf. I read it years and years and years ago. It was just always a comfort read. Love this book. Then we have this. This is Eva Luna, and it's by Isabella Elandi. And I picked up another book by her that I hauled in my LA haul, and this one is My Name is Eva, which means life, according to the book names my mother consulted. I was born in the back room of a shoddy house and grew up amidst ancient furniture, books, and Latin and human mummies. But none of those things made me melancholy because I came from a world with a breath of jungle in my memory. I'm very curious to know what this is, and cover love. Then I went on to I'm going to find every single book I can possibly find on a cult sort of thing, and I picked up 3. This is one of them. This is The Sacred Lies of Minnow Bly, and this is by Stephanie Oakes. This one is Prophet Has Been Murdered, Things Are Aflame, Things Are Crazy, juvenile detentions, FBI investigations. I think it's going to be interesting. And I've heard that this is a good story talking about cult life. Then I picked up this. This is The Wonders, and it's by Patty O'Reilly. This one is what happens when the ordinary people undergo radical medical treatments that make them international curiosities. I am extremely excited about this. And I think this is, again, cover, but I think this is going to be about kind of the freak show and the ideas of what makes a person different and what makes a person disabled, and challenging our ideas of celebrity, disability, and the value of human life. In the kingship of the animal kingdom, The Wonders is a bodily, inventive, acute, and moving novel. I'm kind of excited about that. And then I picked up this. This one was $2, and I love this story. This is The Princess and the Goblin. This is Princess Irene. I don't know if anyone ever remembers the 90s film that was The Princess and the Goblins, but I loved that film, and I never got to read The Princess and the Goblin itself, but I now own it. It was super cheap, and it got me free shipping. So then I pre-ordered this. This is the Rakia Diaries. I think that's how you pronounce it. Escape from Islamic State. And I had since ISIS occupied Raqqa in eastern Syria, it has become one of the most isolated and fear-ridden cities on earth. I know this is going to be hard to read. It's going to be heart-wrenching. It's going to be devastating, and it's going to be brilliant, and I'm very excited to dive into that. I'm always interested. Then Amanda Center recommended this to me. This is The Healing by Jonathan Odell. I think she saw this on, you know what? I can't remember, but I will link the channel that she saw it on down below in the description section so that you guys know where to go for that. This is just another one of the Southern fictions talking about grief, loss, madness, newborn slaves, all of the things that tick my boxes for right now in the world. And then these two are the other two about the cult life. This one is Thinner Than Thou by Kit Reed. This is a tale talking about Basically, it's talking about a group of people who become obsessed with their weight as a cult-like society, and it says it's a moderate version of A Brave New World where religion is rooted in the worship of one's own body as a sacred temple, utterly free from the fleshy sins and flab. This is going to be really hard for me to read. I know it has something to do with mental health and eating disorders, and this is going to terrify me, but I think it's going to be a good one to read. Then I have this, which is Deep in the Research Wings of London Natural History Museum, is a proud specimen which comes a much less often in the lifetime of the perfect I am just trying so hard to make this go faster than it needs to. But basically this is about a group of cultists who are obsessed with a giant squid, the Kraken, and it disappears. Cults, criminals, wizards, assassins. I'm very curious about this. So hopefully that'll be kind of fun. I think it's a sci-fi cult-like world. This is Act of God by Jill Cement. I saw this on Brittany from Under the Radar's channel, and I liked the sound of it. Two twin sisters who are older see a creature-ish sort of thing in their closet that radiates fluorescent lights. It's going to be really quirky and strange, and I am excited. And then we have this one. The illustrated version of Things is a tale of a young woman raised in foster homes, juvenile halls, and mental hospitals in a quest to reunite desperate family and track down her missing mother. This is by Affinity Konar. I am very, very excited about this. Elemental P. I read this years ago in high school and I always loved it, but I could never find a affordable edition of it, and this was 50 cents. It has a tear and it is definitely damaged and it's definitely very tired, but I'd been looking for an edition of it that was affordable for a while, so I picked it up. Elemental P is a story written in letter forms, but in this culture, different letters of the alphabet keep getting taken out of their alphabet, so the letters start to use less and less letters as letters start being taken out of the alphabet. I remember really, really enjoying this, so I'm very excited about that. Then this was a recommendation from my local bookshop. It's by Ray Bradbury. This is The Illustrated Man. This is a sci-fi talking about a storyteller who is illustrated all over his body in tattoos. I am very excited because it sounds fascinatingly fun for fantasy. Fascinatingly fun for fantasy. That was a lot of good F words. Funny. Then this is The Refugees, and this is the author of The Sympathizer, whose book I recently heard bad things about, which was kind of distressing to me. But this one is supposedly about refugees and their life, young refugees from Vietnam. So I am very, very curious, and I'm very excited to read this. I am not 100% sure of the whole story, but I've heard amazing things about the writer, and then recently I heard bad things about the writer after I ordered this. So I will make my own decision on that, for sure. It's gonna fall on my head, I know it will. This is Get Well Soon, History's Worst Plagues and the Heroes Who Fought Them. This is by Jennifer Wright, and I am so excited about this. This is just talking about plagues and people dying, and I have a really, really morbid curiosity about massive deaths in history. So I'm very excited to read this, but I'm probably not going to read it immediately just because I have a lot of other books that come first, but this will be one to dip in and out of for sure. Then I received 3 books from publishers. 2 of them I received that are from Rowman and Littfield. This one is called Understanding Asexuality. Pretty self-explanatory. It is by Anthony F. Bogaret. I'm very excited about this. I don't know much about asexuality, so I'm very curious. And then the other one is reinterpreting the borderline, and it is a psychoanalyst's understanding of borderline personality disorder. So this one I'm very excited to read about as well. Those are more non-fiction, so I will be going with those very slowly. I'm very excited. And then this one I was sent for review by Orbit. This is New York 2040, and it is about, I believe, a dystopian world after global warming in New York City. So we shall see how I feel about this. This is going to be a hard one to read, but I am excited to do so. Absolutely. So those are all the books I have from February into March. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.